has been much speculation about the women in Tupac's life. Even decades after his death, there have been countless stories about his wife, Keisha Morris, Lisa Lifeeye Lopez, Kadida Jones, and even Madonna, and of course, Jada Pinkett Smith. But one that doesn't get much discussion, and one that many may be unaware of, is Park's relationship with Mary J Blige. Watch for more on Park and Mary J Blige and how he came to her rescue one night. Mary J Blige is an icon of the 90s and has been dubbed the Queen of Hip Hop Soul. She has made music with many of hip hop's greatest artists and has set the blueprint of 90s hip hop and R&B as a result. One collaboration that would have been great to see is with Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur and Mary J Blige didn't make a record together, to my knowledge, but they did know each other, and he came to her rescue one night after she got into a fight with her then boyfriend, KC. Mary and KC of Jodeci dated back in the 90s. They were together for a whopping 12 years, and it was the coming of two mega voices within the industry. But the relationship was tumultuous, to say the least. There were reports of violence, addiction struggles, and cheating throughout their relationship. Mary would later go on to describe it as hell, saying, "I brought hell into his life because I was already damaged. He brought hell into my life because he was already damaged. And that's the result we ended up with. Hell." Despite the nature of the relationship, Mary really believed the two would end up getting married and working through their problems. But it all came to a head when KC appeared to end the relationship publicly on TV, humiliating her. He gave Mary a ring, leading her to believe they were engaged. But KC denied the engagement soon after, saying, "Yes, I gave her a ring, not because I wanted to marry her. I gave her a ring because she came off tour and kept hinting around that she wanted a ring. I never agreed to marry Mary J."
I have to ask you this really quickly. Jodeci were on the show earlier on in the series, and Terry asked Casey this question. Have a look at this.
You're going to break a few hearts because I've heard that you're going to marry Mary J Blige, aren't you?
No! That's a rumor. You know what I'm saying? That's a rumor for the States too, you know. Casey is not getting married.
Was he being super cool or what? Are you getting married?
No, we're not getting married.
I was just going to say, I'm very glad to
No,
hear
we're not
that,
getting
Mary.
married. We're not getting married now.
Not married now? So there's no huge engagement ring?
Oh, yeah, whatever. Let's move on, please.
Okay, but now,
disgusted.
well,
I took everything. You name it, I took it.
Fought physically? The whole Icontina of the 90s?
What? Come on, man. I mean, I don't even like to really talk about it, but it was definitely that. It was Icontina of the 90s on the low. It was some hell. It was a private hell. And I just took it because I was, missing him and yearning for him and wanting to be with him.
Did you cling on to him when you really should have let go?
Exactly. You hit it. When I was supposed to let go, I started feeling like, nah, I can't let these, I just can't let these women take what I know I worked so hard for, what I cried over every night, and what I actually, fought and been abused by and been, you know what I'm saying? I just felt, that's where the lack of self-love came in. Because I felt like I'd rather stay and take a beating than to let him go.
The couple were notorious for having fights, went on tour together. During one of these times, Tupac found himself involved and was called to intervene. Tupac's first #1 single was a double A-side record featuring How Do You Want It and California Love. How Do You Want It was a collaboration with KC and JoJo. Tupac worked closely with KC and JoJo in the months before his death. After KC and JoJo broke off from the rest of Jodeci and became a duo, they recorded How Do You Want It and Toss It Up at the Death Row Studios. They filmed the music videos for the songs, performed the songs on tour, and were even meant to be together in Vegas the night Tupac was killed. But Casey and JoJo decided not to go to Vegas. The Haley brothers were close to Park and developed a friendship that went beyond business. In an interview with Cam Capone News, former Death Row bodyguard Reggie Wright explained how Tupac knew Mary during the time she dated KC. He said Mary and KC got into a fight went on tour promoting both their singles. At a stop in California, Mary and Casey had a violent confrontation that night, fueled by alcohol and drugs. Unfortunately, this wasn't out of the ordinary for the couple. Reggie said she called Park, and he and Park jumped into the car and went to pick her up in the middle of the night. He initially said that she jumped out of a window to meet them, but later changed it to her running down the street. They got into a fight. Somehow she called Park, because her and Park were on a down low call. We had to run over to the Peninsula Hotel. She was running down the street and jumped in the car right quick, and Park picked her up and took her off.
He stands out as a warrior. He was always, I guess, fighting for a cause of freedom, you know, I guess to get free on the outside when, you know, in reality, the freedom is inside, and he was just dealing with so much. So, he was just always warring for us and making us understand that he was within the struggle with us.
In a 2002 interview with The Guardian, Mary opened up about being in an abusive relationship that she had to end. "I was in a hellish relationship. You get sick and tired of being sick and tired, or people beating on you," she said. Mary and Casey were a high-profile couple. It was the coming together of powerful voices within the industry, but Mary explained why she had to let the relationship go. "He had to be out. That was something that was holding me back. He didn't want me to have nothing. He didn't want me to sing when I was already a singer. He held me back from shows when I had to get on planes. When I say mental and physical abuse, everyone knows it was him. He used Jodeci interviews to say horrible things about me." Casey eventually went on to apologise and confessed to not treating her well. In a Breakfast Club interview, he said, "That was 10-12 years of a relationship. We had fun, but it got to the point that at the time, you know, like I said, we was young. Our careers just exploded. I'm not gonna lie, I did some things. I was in love with Mary. She never did anything wrong to me. She always gave me my props." He said he ended the relationship after an incident in London. According to Casey, Mary interrupted his performance and came on stage to confront another woman she believed he was creeping around with. The two haven't been seen together since and have both moved on with their lives. Apart from that one time he serenaded her at a VH1 special, the crowd went wild. It sounds like it was a learning experience for the both of them, but it goes to show that anyone can find themselves in an abusive situation, no matter how successful you are. Him breaking up with her was the best thing that could have happened to her at the time, even if she couldn't see it. It seems like Park was a supportive friend to Mary, despite being friends with KC too. He had Mary's back that night. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts below, like and subscribe for weekly videos, and don't forget to click the bell for more.